Okay, welcome to our first experimental episode of the GamesPlayGabescast, featuring Bill Thomas and Alex. I don't want to try and butcher your last name, so I'm not going to. Okay.
What's your last name? I want to know.
Alex Taxiera.
Okay.
Okay, now I know how to say it, but I don't know how to spray it.
It's a Taxiera.
Precisely.
I just got done playing like 30 minutes of Jet Set Radio Future. What a game. Great soundtrack.
I remember when that game came out, because it came free with the Xbox.
Really
If
did
I
it?
remember correctly? Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That
reading
was some
it came with
sports
like a
game.
bunch of collections or some shit. Like they just
Yeah.
packaged it in because it was selling so poorly. Which is a shame because it seems pretty good. I like the
And-
original Jet Set Radio, and I never got to touch this one.
I think it's the only game I played on the original Xbox.
Wow.
Personally, I
yeah.
haven't played any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought an original Xbox just because that's one of the few consoles I never owned. And I just wanted to see. There are very few exclusives.
And you wanted to
didn't
waste
make
your
it to
money?
PC. Yeah, I wanted to waste my money.
Makes sense.
It's
I got
$50 from GameStop. And that was
can you
cheaper
emulate
than
those games now,
eBay.
though?
What?
Can't you just emulate those games now?
None of the exclusives. There's
Really?
no working original Xbox emulator still. And Jet Set Radio Future is one of the few real exclusives that never made it to PC. So I have that one, and I think the two Blinks, the cat games. And there are very few games that
Do you
that
play the
haven't
Blinks
been
games
ported.
yet?
I've played Blinks 1, some of it. I haven't finished it. It's a real trash heap, and that's not just because you play as a cat that disposes of garbage.
Right.
So what have you guys been up to? What are you playing?
Legion.
I was just gonna say, we know he's been playing World of
I
Warcraft.
don't know what
nonstop.
Legion is. Okay, that's a World of Warcraft
It's a new WoW
expansion.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you playing, Alex?
I've been playing a lot of Rocket League and Paragon, honestly.
Cool.
Lots of
a lot of
free-to-play stuff.
playing a lot of college. Going
How
back to
is-
school.
How is Paragon? Because I downloaded it back in March. 'cause-
It's
I
really
just
up
haven't
to
played it.
whether or not you like your MOBAs, and then if you like your MOBAs that are not top down. Honestly, that's really comes down to it.
I've never played a MOBA that wasn't top down.
Yeah, I mean, Smite was bad, and Smite still is kind of bad, in my
But
opinion.
Bill, haven't you
It's
played
balanced.
Overwatch?
Oh,
Shut up, Gabe. It's not even close to the same.
I know, but that's what people say.
it has
Goddamn
very,
animal.
very tiny MOBA influences.
I mean, just in the fact that
What about
it uses
Battleborn?
heroes and the heroes.
Guys, Battleborn.
I never played it.
Battleborn.
I think
it's still on it's on one of Tech Radar's top 20 lists, and I just want to remove it so badly.
Top
just
20
wanna-
what?
did you play it?
I don't know.
Games that nobody played.
That nobody
Yeah.
played. That's the thing. I don't. No one I know plays this game, and that's the appeal of those kind of games is knowing people who play them.
True.
So I feel like that's something that shouldn't be on any top 20 list right now.
Yeah, I mean, I played the beta for Battleborn, and I thought it played good at the beginning, but then as I played 10, 20, 30, 40 matches of the same
Yeah.
two game modes, it's very weird in between. The match lengths are not so short to be a shooter, but they're also not really long either, so there's something in between, and they lose a lot of the meaningful in the fighting because of the weird timing of it.
Gearbox also split a lot of its focus because it decided to shoehorn a campaign in. Because Blizzard wasn't doing that, and it was all right, well, since Blizzard's not putting a campaign in, we should just divide our efforts and put one in our game. And that's such a bad idea for anyone to
Especially because Gearbox can't make a campaign.
do. Right.
Boom.
But, that's not only Gearbox's issue right now. That's not only the issue with Battleborn. Titanfall 2 is kind of seeing that same backlash. Now that they're putting a campaign in, if you saw the stress test or the tech test reception, from
wasn't
people
good.
online. It wasn't good. People didn't like it, and that's because
I don't
now
think
they're
that's-
dividing their efforts more.
I don't think that's what the problem is, because they had such a great, I don't know what I'm trying to say, formula for Titanfall when it came out
Right.
originally, and they made some changes that they probably thought would make it more accessible or something, but it didn't make it more accessible. It just dumbed it down. Like the whole, like, the way that you need to, like, do well in order to get your Titan instead
That
of
sucks.
having it based on a timer.
Yeah, apparently they fixed some of that already.
But they didn't. They need to revert it back to the timer.
Yeah. And if they did that, it would be too much like the first game. Like, they had a good thing going with the first game. It was
Honestly,
just a matter of keeping people.
You know what they could do? And it would just they can just, like, port the first game over and just throw a single player campaign, put it out for PS4, and it'll do well.
Oh my God, that's not a bad idea, actually.
That could work.
Yeah, I feel
And
like
save the money. And that's EA's big thing.
that was all they were missing is the PS4 audience and also people who like single player campaigns.
Exactly.
To keep people going. But
And get rid of
what
that
do you-
fucking grappling hook.
Oh yeah, why add a grappling hook to pretty much everything now?
What did it first? What started this new trend?
I'm sure something did it way before
Legend
all
of
of this.
Zelda Wind Waker.
Okay,
That game
I
didn't
don't
exist.
think everything copied Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I think everything was kind of copying the Batman Arkham games.
That's probably true.
Yeah, that's probably true because Assassin's Creed Syndicate did that. Put a grappling hook, and it felt exactly like Batman Arkham, and now Titanfall's doing it. I'm sure there are other games that have been doing it, but I think it stems back to Batman Arkham. What games are you guys looking forward to most in the coming months?
The Last Guardian.
Oh yeah,
Hands down.
definitely.
That's a game? What?
Oh, yeah.
Is that still happening?
It's happening.
I
And I
can't
know
wait
that
to fly on that bird dog.
saying that it's happening might jinx it and make it, like, get delayed another 10 years, but
Yeah.
I'm still hopeful.
I feel like that's a game all three of us could really get behind. Like, I'm really excited for that game too. I hope it turns out well. I don't care if it. I know it's going to feel like a PS3 game still because that's what it was.
Oh yeah.
And I don't care. Like, I just want the game now. I think it could still be good no matter.
And if you look at that
What it
studio's
feels like,
other
no matter
games,
how old it feels like. Yeah.
like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, they're not exactly games that, at least mechanically speaking, didn't age well.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they're so unique. They kind of, like, they're kind of timeless, ahead of their time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still looking forward to that game. I hope it's good.
I think it will be as long as they didn't like try to do too much crazy shit that they aren't done before. You know what I mean?
Well,
I doubt they will. I doubt they've tried anything different from. I feel like the game is just going to be what they showed us. Like,
and Sony has a pretty good track record with that too.
Yeah.
But, like, they don't.
Oh yeah, No
they
Man's
don't try
Sky.
to, like,
Well, I mean,
discounting that. I don't think that was necessarily Sony's fault. I think
No, I think it was 100% Sony's fault for
Why was it
putting the
Sony's
indie developer on a stage and hyping the shit out of that game and building expectations far beyond what they should be for that game.
I think a big part of that was, like, I don't know the guy's name, the developer, the dude.
Sean
who did
Murray.
Sean Murray.
Whatever. Use Peter Molyneux.
No, I don't think he is. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he
I don't
had
think Peter
an idea
Molyneux's
for
a
a
bad
game.
guy.
I think
I
he
just
had
don't
an
think he
idea
knows
for
how
a
to
game
shut
and a
up.
publisher put him on a stage. Yeah, okay, so there's obviously been some confusion in his communication. But when you're running such a small team and you have to communicate to such a vast amount of people,
Right.
I can't imagine being in his position. I don't know why this game was expected to be what it was with the amount of people that were working on it. The end credits page is a static screen.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't make it that far. I stopped playing after like an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I totally
It's a single
agree.
page, and there were 15 people working on it, and maybe a few extras, but they didn't outsource anything.
Nope.
So it was impossible to meet expectations for that game, and I do partially, if not mostly, blame Sony for that, for putting them on that stage at E3 and building it up to be far more than what it could ever be.
Right. Okay, well, I'll amend my statement.
Yeah.
Sony is a good publisher when they're working with established developers.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely watching it was definitely weird. Every time you see this guy Sean Murray do an interview or get on the stage, they just were like, "Yeah, so we have like a couple of things here. I'll just let you check it out," and then they show us almost nothing, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, greatest game ever!"
Yeah, I was overwhelmed by No Man's Sky because I honestly didn't watch any trailers, and I just thought it was going to be Joe Danger 3.
Yeah, if you just go and watch these,
It turns out it was exactly that.
It turns out it was way more than I expected. If you had your expectations down to what the previous games were, you'd be impressed by No Man's Sky.
That's what my roommates, we did that when we found out who the dev were. We like looked them up, and they're like, "Oh, mobile games."
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Definitely keep your expectations reasonable. Anyway, what were you saying, Bill, about Sony and The Last Guardian? I think is the topic we're on still.
I don't remember.
When they work with an established developer, Sony usually
They're pretty
meets
hands-on.
expectations. Yeah.
They let people kind of just, maybe not in the promotion of the game, but
Yeah.
when it comes to the content in the game, they're pretty hands-off. They let people kind of do what they want.
Which could also be, problematic if the developer doesn't really have their shit together. Obviously, yeah, and obviously, Team Ico or Ico, how do you pronounce it?
I don't know. ICO.
I believe it's
Yeah. Okay, Team Ico hasn't really had their shit together for the last 7 years or however long it's been since Last Guardian was announced. I think it was 7 years.
I'm kind of actually wondering, just like out of curiosity, what caused all those delays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would make for
What
a
happened?
really good story someday that
Like a good documentary.
may never be written unless Kotaku goes
Makes them suffer.
sneaks into their offices and does what they did to Crytek.
They did that?
No, they didn't sneak into their offices, but they did some really good investigative reporting when Crytek kind of collapsed. They broke all those stories when Crytek went to shit. But yeah, I think The Last Guardian could still be good. It's been a long time. They've had a lot of time to work on it and to make it a polished game, and it looks like a lot of fun, despite some of the unfortunate delays. Has that team worked on anything else during that time?
No.
Okay, so they just I feel like they lost a lot of money probably.
And they probably
I just dealt with that.
they probably have a lot of pressure too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like their last game was Shadow of the Colossus, and that's like.
Yeah.
on-
What's the
that's
deal
like
with Japanese developers doing that though? It's not American developers don't have that same issue. And Final Fantasy 15 is the same story, and they're coming out around the same time this year, which is so weird.
At least Square Enix was making other things though.
Yeah, exactly. There have been
But
so
listen,
many Final Fantasy games
Aren't there
that
like
have
two
come
Final
out since
Fantasy
that was
games
announced.
coming out in like the next 2 months?
Probably. I know World of Final Fantasy is coming out.
Yeah. The
and
World
then
of Final Fantasy.
there's a
15.
mobile one coming out too.
Oh, those don't even count. They're all
Okay.
different.
There's a lot of mobile Final Fantasy games now.
Well, World of Final Fantasy is a mobile Final Fantasy game that's coming to PS4.
Is it?
Pretty much. It's also coming to Vita. It feels more like a Vita game.
All I saw that it was like chibi animation. I'm not interested.
It seems like something some weeps could get into. like me. Um, yeah, so it's so weird that those two games are coming out this year, after all of the development hell they've been through. I think it's because Japanese studios are so much more lax than they are here in America. In America, like, everyone has to work 24/7 overtime to get a game out, whereas in Japan they kind of let them do their thing and take their time on stuff, and they have personal lives outside of work. There's a totally different work culture there anyway.
I wonder, like, what the difference then is in, like, pay, like how much they pay their developers.
I feel like they probably pay them more there, but who knows? I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah, it would be kind of interesting to see it, like, the difference in profit margins. Then, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Because I know in
It
Japan,
seems like American
like,
games sell a lot better now than Japanese games do, and that's because, well, like, with a few exceptions, I mean, like, the Pokemon games still sell like crazy every time they come out, but a lot of American games are selling a lot better because Japan only plays mobile games for the most part now. Consoles don't appeal to them anymore.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much. PS4 is not even selling well there.
That's so weird.
It is so weird. And, you know, in America, Japanese games are a lot more niche, except for Final Fantasy and a few more. Persona's kind of big here, but
I don't think Persona's actually big.
It's not that big, but it's you know, it has its audience here, whereas you like, I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There are a lot of Japanese games that come out here that I'm like, what? I don't even know how to pronounce this. Why is the title of this game like 4 paragraphs long? Call me Daddy Famitsu. I don't know, like something weird, some weird shit.
Dude,
I want to play that game.
My wife and my dad are both fucking my dog. Help. I feel like that's a real name of a Japanese game.
It could be.
It probably is.
It could be.
Some of the weird shit that they put out.
It's a visual novel, don't worry.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like any PS Vita game.
Yeah, there's some weird games on Vita. Danganronpa has a really long name. If you look at the actual name, Trigger Happy Havoc, there's more to it. There's 2 subtitles to that game.
I don't even want to
a
know.
Much.
But yeah,
They're like
games in the fall. Last Guardian. I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy 15. What about any others for you guys?
You know, one that we haven't seen a lot of is Dishonored 2. They showed us like a couple
Oh,
of
shit.
trailers.
That's weird. Yeah.
And I just don't know what it's gonna be like at this point. It comes
I
out
still
on
haven't
November
played the
11th.
first.
It was
I feel
good.
like it's something I would
First
like.
of all, you need to go play that shit right now. It's like, I think it might be my favorite game in the last generation. I do, so you can play it.
Oh, cool. I have no excuse now.
No, you don't. Especially because I'm playing Legion. It's all yours.
I'm gonna get my laptop. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna try to find what else is coming out this year that I might have forgotten about.
I'm pulling up list 2 right now.
I know I'm excited for Forza Horizon 3, which I don't shut up about, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, what is
Get too into
it
that.
about that game that you like so much?
I love arcade racing games, and that's an arcade racing series, and it's the best because it feels, it handles like a racing sim, but it's arcadey as hell, and it's really fun to play online. Even when your friends aren't even playing because of the Drivatar thing, everybody's driver behavior saves to the cloud, so I can race my friends when they're not even online, which is most of the time when I'm playing. I don't want to organize actual playtime with friends, so it's super convenient to play online.
You know what is coming out this fall that I'm actually really excited for, but I actually forgot about? Civilization 6.
Oh, Civilization. When is that? October?
Something like that. I don't know. The list I have says 2016.
I'll just wait until like the 42 expansions come out, and then I'll buy it.
You know what else is coming out this
Probably
year?
the best way to do
That
it.
probably isn't coming out this year.
What?
Cuphead.
Cuphead.
Yeah, still
What is the
announced for
deal
this
with that
year,
game?
but it has no release date.
Because like I saw it at E3 like 2 years ago. Got really
It's
excited.
been at
for it.
E3 every year, and they keep showing the same demos,
And
the
then,
same kind of demos.
Like I don't know if you saw recently, but like all over like Facebook and Twitter, there's all these like BuzzFeedy videos going, "Have you guys heard about this cool new indie game?"
True. I've been seeing a lot of those.
Yeah, I have too. It's because it appeals to a wide like variety of people because it kind of taps into nostalgia in pretty much anyone who's familiar with old 1930s cartoons or grew up with them.
Do these videos mean it's coming out soon?
It's confirmed for 2016, but I doubt it.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
2016 is getting pretty close to the end right now.
I know.
Exactly, right?
So I don't know if that's a thing that's going to happen.
I have no idea.
There's a lot of stuff that doesn't have actual dates for this year, actually. Let me see.
Yeah, I've noticed that. There's so much that they still don't have dates for. I know I was really excited for I love the Hot Shots golf games from Sony. They're really good. And I played it at PAX last year, and they still don't have a release date for it. It's really funny because you can actually ride around in the golf carts. And oh yeah, there's a third Danganronpa game coming out, just in case. It's called Mina no Kuroshiai Shingaki. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced.
You had to have butchered that.
I definitely did. Hellblade, which I was looking forward to a lot.
I haven't even heard of Hellblade. What the hell is Hellblade?
It's a PS4 exclusive.
Oh shit!
It was announced last year. It's from the developer of DMC Devil May Cry, Ninja Theory.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It's supposed to be an independent AAA game. There's only like 15 people working on it or something.
An independent AAA game.
That's what they're calling it. I'm calling it a AA game.
Yes.
I did a story on this game, and I'm calling it a AA game because they're trying to kind of bring back lower budget AAA games, which is really cool because then you can do a lot more cool shit.
Kind of like Dark Souls did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of developers are trying to do that now, and I like that because it was dying off for a while. It was kind of a dying space, and now it can come back. And I like the idea of this game because it's all told in kind of metaphors, and it's based on like Celtic mythology, but it's also about mental illness, and you literally go through hell, but it's a metaphor for fighting off depression, which is really cool. But yeah, and the trailer looks dope. Look it up.
I will.
It still has no release date. It has a 2016 release, but no
probably
date.
won't be coming out at this point. Then.
Doubt it.
At this point, like if anything doesn't have,
they didn't even show it off at E3, which is weird because it was on Sony's stage last year.
But Sony's not publishing it. It's being
but it is. It's PlayStation 4 and PC.
It might be at like what's the name of that Japanese convention?
Oh yeah, TGS.
Tokyo
Game Show.
It should be at TGS probably.
I can see that. Yeah.
If
definitely.
not like PAX West.
Yeah, the developer is actually British though.
Really? I just assumed they were Japanese because they were called Ninja Theory.
No, I believe they're British. I interviewed a few of those guys. Yeah, they're based in Cambridge, the UK. Wow. There's a shitty Roller Coaster Tycoon game that was supposed to come out this year.
Any of them are good? Because I don't know.
Yes.
I love those games.
The first like 3 are classics.
Yes, they are. Then they came out with 4, which was like a mobile game, I think. Or
Yeah,
I don't really know. It was shitty. There were a lot of microtransactions. Walking Dead Season 3. I'm sure that'll come out this year.
Oh yeah, it's
Or
South Park.
it'll start this year, but South Park.
Dead Rising 4.
South Park doesn't have a release date.
Yeah, it does. So,
Oh, okay.
I have it pulled up on Metacritic. It's the week of December 5th.
I was going through what doesn't have release dates still. Dead Island 2.
What game is that? I've never heard of that game
That's
before.
not out yet? I just assumed that was done.
I thought Riptide was 2.
The
Honestly,
first one bombed so hard that I just figured that the second one came out, didn't do
Wait,
well.
wasn't,
It was forgotten about.
Wasn't Dying Light from the same developer?
I
Wasn't
think-
that supposed to be like the reboot?
was it by the same people?
It was the same developers.
It
'Cause
was.
Dead Island 2 got shipped off to a different developer by the publisher.
Oh, okay. So someone is still working on that. I don't care about that game. Fuck that
Yeah.
game.
It's. I mean, although if it's a different developer, it might actually be good.
Good
Who
point.
knows?
That actually
But-
might happen.
People like Dying Light. I didn't. I don't really like zombie games that much, though.
It like had a lot of buzz and then it died immediately, which
Yeah.
you could kind of tell was gonna happen. But I don't know.
I
It
didn't.
didn't seem
bother
like a
playing
game that would get a lot of buzz. I played a little bit of it. I thought it was boring. But the developer is Sumo Digital, which sounds really familiar because they did Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. On
course.
mobile. I wanted to give
I
a
didn't
pause.
know part of that game.
Why are
On
these mobile devs making games? I don't get it.
Making wow. And
Well-
they did Little Big Planet 3.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
Mobile games are still games, Alex.
Which is not the good Little
It's
Big Planet.
so much different. It's like so many different business models in mobile games. Does it really count? I don't know.
This is a developer that went from their last game was Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom, and now they're making Dead Island 2.
Oh. To be fair, that's a pretty good segue into the AAA or whatever the hell you want to call it game.
Oh wait, are they
I
working on
wouldn't want to
Crackdown 3?
Crackdown 3.
What? I'm excited because I
no,
actually
no, they're
played
just
Crackdown for once.
yeah, no, they're just contributing like assets or something to Crackdown 3. That doesn't count. Yeah, so that's a game that doesn't have a release date. That has a weird developer. Watch Dogs 2 comes out this year, which people are like, I'm scared.
It's not looking too bad though, to be
I
honest.
want to like it. I want it to be good.
I think it will be. Look,
Has a cool premise.
Ubisoft is like really great at their second games in the series, and then they all fall off after that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to explore San Francisco, which is not a thing you get to do often in games.
True.
And Dead Rising 4 comes out this year.
Zombies.
Zambies. That game looks cool, though. I like the Christmas theme. Or the holiday theme.
The trailer, to be fair, was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that
then
trailer was dope.
there's the new expansion for Dark Souls 3.
Oh yeah.
And the new expansion for Destiny.
Oh, I've been
Does
playing
anybody
that
still
the
play
last few
Destiny?
days. I have been.
How is it?
It's fine.
Is it
Actually,
still populated?
yeah, it's fine. I've been playing. I started The Taken King. I never played it. I got it like when it came out
Yeah,
on sale. And I
so
never
did I.
played it. And there's a lot of nice cinematics. Like they look like the CG cinematics they showed us in trailers. Like they look nice, and there's a lot of them.
I think I played like the first few missions, and the voice acting was on point.
Oh my
I
god,
just-
the voice acting. We were starting to hear and see characters, personalities that we didn't have
It
before.
didn't give you this like little card to go look up the story on a web browser.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was pretty
like
cool.
a real video game.
Now that we're talking about Destiny, I gotta give Alex's intro background story. I met Alex when he called me a little bitch for not buying Destiny the first week that it came out. Who's a little bitch now, Alex?
Honestly, no, you took
That was when the
it
game
personally.
wasn't. I know. I'm kidding now. I just like to be passive aggressive about
Oh
it
my
now.
god, that was the funniest shit, honestly.
I was literally upset.
Oh my
But
god.
that game was not that good at first.
It was like okay for the first little bit, and then they released a really shitty expansion, and then they
Right.
released an okay expansion.
Yeah.
And then it got
House of
progressively
Wolves.
better. Yeah, the
You know
house.
what I think happened? Like, Bungie can make a really great first-person shooter. Like, they got the mechanics down completely, but they have no idea how to make an MMO. Like, the content wasn't there.
I just want them
There
to keep
wasn't
making
enough
Halo
to
games.
drive people keep it going. I kind of feel the same way.
I wanted them to do that because 343 like isn't as good at that as they should be.
Luckily, I haven't played anything 343's ever made, so...
Why would you?
I just played the actually the Halo 4 campaign was pretty good. I just played 5's campaign and it's a train wreck. It's really boring and just filler for like 10 hours. There's one cool scene and that's it. It's a game that's entirely focused on multiplayer. Which is a shame.
How long do you think it'll be until they make a Halo game that's just multiplayer?
Ooh, that
Probably when
would
they
be
start to kill off
interesting.
consoles.
Probably when, yeah, I feel like at some point developers are just going to start selling them separately anyway, the campaign and the multiplayer parts of the game, because people only play, the people who play single player, don't always play multiplayer, and the people who play multiplayer usually don't play the campaigns. So why not give people the option of,
Buying one at a time.
Yeah, buying one at a time. It's not a bad idea. And they could sell them
honestly,
for like 40 each or something, and then,
make more money.
Or 60 altogether. Yeah, you get a discount if you buy them together.
Because, like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I would pay $40 for a first-person shooter campaign if I don't have to touch the multiplayer.
Yeah, if I don't care about the multiplayer, why not?
Yeah, that's true. I definitely feel like $40 isn't too bad for campaigns, as long as they're not entirely like 4 hours long.
Yeah, I would expect it to be like 10 hours long or something, like the normal campaign length, or 6 to 10, I think, is what they normally are.
One of my favorite shooters of all time. It's a third-person shooter.
Yeah.
But it's only like 4 hours long, and that's Spec Ops: The Line. That game was like super short, but its campaign
like 6 to 8 hours long. But yeah, it is really good.
Like 4 hours into it.
You could probably get through it in that amount of time. But...
Because I'm impatient. And
Gears of War 4 comes out. I'm probably going to get that. I've been playing. I'm trying to get through the others first. At least the campaigns. I don't care about.
For me, like, I was thinking about getting it because I can buy it on PC now.
Right.
But then I realized that, like, I can play Gears of War 1 because it's out on PC now. I can't.
I've been playing it on PC. Yeah, that sucks.
So like, there's 2 games for the story that I'm just not gonna get. So I'm like.
I'm playing the Ultimate Edition of Gears of War 1 on PC right now, in 4K, and then I'm going to have to go through the others on Xbox 360.
And like what, like 900p?
No, less. They're like 720. They were on Xbox 360 at 30 frames per second. It's just going to be rough. I'm just going to I'm going to push through. But it doesn't matter if you don't play the others first, because Gears of War 4 is kind of a reboot.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's a different developer. It starts with different characters. It's about Marcus Phoenix's son, I believe. And it doesn't really focus on him too much. He's in the game, but you can play it without having understood any of the Gears of War stories.
So the previous games are going to be kind of like lore in any other game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you can play them and have a greater appreciation for Gears of War 4, but it doesn't really matter either way. That's why I don't care too much if I don't finish the others before I get to this. At least when I finish the first one.
I'll wait until people play it, because it's a new series for me. I'll just wait until people tell me whether or not it's good.
Yeah, I'm hearing good things from people who have played it at events, so it's definitely on my radar. Just Dance 2017.
That's all you get.
Wait, has Claptrap in it, or did that one already come out?
Wait, really? Is that a thing?
Yeah, he was in a dance game.
Cool.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he was.
ridiculous.
That was Borderlands a prequel.
No, he. Yeah. Sure.
No, do you remember the trailer they did for Borderlands a prequel?
Yeah, I remember now. I remember that. Yeah,
They
they
were all
put him in
dancing.
I think a Just Dance game. I don't remember which one.
That's weird. I just bought Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix.
How was that?
I haven't played any of it so far.
Oh.
It was $30 with the mat, so I was like, why not? And
I can think of better ways to spend $30, Gabe.
Yeah, me too, dude.
no, this game is gonna be fun.
You could
because
buy like
I'm streaming
a
it. That's
whole
why.
lot of Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
True,
Oh my
but
god.
also, that's a waste of money too.
I don't know, man. That will last you a long time.
Yeah, but just think about if I think of a cool meme to make out of Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix, how many signatures its petition would get.
Oh my god. What would you even
I don't know, but I feel like after I play this, it's going to inspire me to come up with something dumb as shit.
Dude, that's like you 24/7 though.
Yeah, true. That's why I bought the game. I'm inviting a bunch of people over to stream Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. I'm gonna make a whole night of it. Whole night. I don't know, like 5 to 10 people.
Jesus.
Yeah,
That ought to be fun. Is there gonna be a drinking game associated with it?
I hope
There
so.
better be.
Because
Yeah.
there
I
should
think that's
be
the
one.
only way 5 or 10 people are going to be able to even get through that night.
Yeah.
Oh no! Everyone I've talked to is really excited about it because we live our lives ironically. But
People will call me a hipster.
Waluigi is the main villain in that game.
Wait.
Yes!
serious?
That's why I bought it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Waluigi is the villain in that game. Also, look at Waluigi and how slim and sleek he is, and tell me he doesn't look like a great dancer.
What console is this on?
GameCube.
Okay, I can do this.
It was made by Konami.
Oh my god, this is disgusting.
Like, Konami made a Nintendo game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a trailer for this? Hold on, let me see.
Yes, there is.
Okay,
Yes,
I want to watch
there
it real
is.
quick. I want
There
to
are
see
many
this.
trailers for this game. It didn't.
We need to find a way to, like, put YouTube videos on the screen that we bring up.
Oh, you can do that. There's screen
I
sharing.
can share it. Yeah, but the audio might not be there.
Yeah, who knows? It doesn't matter. The audio doesn't matter.
That's true. Here, I got you. Let me go back to here. Where is the button for it? There it is.
Also, another thing that's happening this year that not many people
There
are
we
talking
go.
about, I guess, is VR's a new thing this year.
I mean, is it new? Virtual Boy?
Real VR is a new thing this year.
Whoa! Alright, I'm gonna play this video.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
It keeps switching off every time I speak, though, because
You can click.
I know I can click it, but my mouse isn't working. Oh, now it's working. Good. Cool.
That's why you don't buy Razer merchandise, Gabe.
I love this mouse and keyboard.
It does look kind of cool.
Yeah, I love just being able to use it from the couch.
This is ridiculous.
This game is so stupid. What a weird thing to exist. What a
because
weird thing
Konami
to
made
have
it.
happened. I think it's a great piece of video game history to just own.
Oh my
Um,
god. I didn't even know this was a game.
Yeah,
And you
no
know-
one I've talked to knows about it.
And
But I
that game
remember
is
the
huge
commercial.
because it has 2,026 views.
That's also true.
I remember the commercial.
It was an IGN video too. Wow.
When I was a kid, I wanted this game for Christmas one year, and I didn't get it. And recently, like within the past 2 weeks, I was like, I wonder how much this game costs now. And I checked it out on eBay, and you can buy it brand new for like $30.
Alright. I just sent it to my roommate because he loves Waluigi, so I sent the video and said Waluigi
It's
is
the
amazing.
closest thing to a Waluigi game we've ever gotten.
Like he got super hyped about
Fantastic.
the Waluigi amiibo coming out.
Oh, When is that coming?
I think it's November. Those are coming out, like the
Okay.
21st or something like that.
I am pretty stoked for that. I always wanted a Waluigi figure that's not shit. I love Waluigi. I always play as Waluigi in Mario Kart.
And you're addicted to Amiibo anyway.
Yeah. I
Is
haven't been
Amiibo
able
still a
to.
thing? Are they
Oh,
still
yeah.
making them?
Yep.
They're reprinting some of the older ones
Yes, they are.
that sold out. The Gold Mario, which I'm so happy about because I don't have
Wait,
that
they're
one.
reprinting that?
Yeah.
When is that coming back out?
I don't know. I saw something about it yesterday
Alright,
when the
I'm
direct was
interested.
on.
I want to see that. I didn't watch the whole direct. I just watched the Pokemon
I
trailer.
didn't watch it. I just
my God.
I was just following Nintendo on Twitter and seeing what they were
Dude,
saying.
The freaking
when they-
Pokemon video.
When they showed off Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice, people were tweeting at them with my petition, which was incredible.
My God.
They're making another Sonic Boom?
Yeah, they are. It was delayed an entire year. Why? It's not going to be good. We know it's not going to be good. Just put it out. It's only for 3DS though.
Weren't you saying
So.
it's like earlier that the mobile Sonic games are actually alright?
Yeah, and the last Sonic Boom game was shit on Wii U, but people said it was alright on 3DS because it was just a side scroller, and that's how
Maybe they
those
found their
games should be. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's not going to be great because of how they redesigned the characters to look like shit, but it's something. The Sonic games that are coming out next year look cool. Sonic Mania.
I still can't even believe Sonic is still a thing.
You can blame Sega for that.
You can thank Sega for
They keep
that.
buying things. They bought Atlas like 6 months ago, I think, or something like that.
That's the only
They
thing
bought
keeping them
Atlas?
alive.
Yeah, they own Atlas.
That's all that's keeping them alive, though.
No, well, like they have a pretty good PC publishing branch too.
Oh yeah,
'cause they
made
publish a lot of,
the best
strategy
Aliens game.
Oh,
Yep.
So freaking.
I love Colonial Marines.
What was
That's what you meant.
I know what you meant, but what was the other one? Alien Isolation? Is that what it was
Wait,
called?
did Sega
I
also
don't think
publish
that was
one?
Sega.
I don't think
was
so
Sega?
either.
I
They
think-
made the good one. Sega made the good one.
Sega made Colonial Marines.
Super Mario Maker.
Oh, Sega did publish Alien Isolation.
Yeah, I think they own the rights to Alien on gaming for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. Well, Isolation
And
apparently
Isolation
was good. I didn't play it, but
it was amazing.
Dude,
Those
the
are the things
freaking
people like.
survival the little survival mission thing that they had, I did that as like a party game with my friends, with like 8 of my friends, in the middle of the night, just like freaking going at it. Everyone was so bad at it, it was great.
that sounds fun.
Swap out if somebody dies.
Yeah, so that Nintendo Direct is also they announced a few things there. There's a Pikmin game coming to 3DS,
Yeah, but
which seems to me like it would work really well.
I think so.
A 2D Pikmin game works.
Yeah.
They've tried this with some of their other franchises, going 2D or going to 3DS with franchises that don't really work like that. They did one this year. What's the fucking robot called from that GameCube game?
Chibi Robot?
Chibi Robo.
Or Chibi Robo?
Yeah. They came out with that, and they tried to translate that into a 2D game, and it was not good. But Pikmin looks like a game that could actually work that way. So I'm actually excited about that, although I feel like they're kind of wasting time on 3DS and Wii U games at this point. I don't think they have any Wii U games, actually, so I think they're wasting time on 3DS games.
The thing is,
Do you really think that the NX is going to take that much away from the 3DS?
I think the 3DS will be done when
I think that's wishful
the
thinking.
NX comes out.
I think that you would be right to think it would be a good move, but I don't think they will do it.
You don't think that would be so confusing if they came out with the NX and it's a handheld and a console, but they also have a handheld?
The strongest rumors that I've seen is that it is like a combo handheld and home console.
Well, that was what Eurogamer reported, which they had pretty good sources for that.
You know what needs to happen? Screw all this. They need to just announce what the hell it is.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah.
They come out in like March, and we don't know anything about it?
Like, I'm not a Nintendo
It's so
fan.
weird.
I haven't owned a Nintendo console since I was like 3.
No, but you're right.
But, like,
totally right.
But also,
come on.
Sony hasn't announced the PS4 Slim, and it's in people's hands.
That's just the like. Who gives a shit about that?
Well, the Neo is
It's not
also
a new
the
generation.
Neo is
the
important.
Neo is also expected for March.
That's true.
That hasn't been announced.
That's true. That's
But we're expecting it this month.
yeah.
So, at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, but like
we already know
Nintendo,
when
man.
it's announced.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
they need hype. They need it.
I'm really curious how it's going to play out, because, like, Microsoft has their Scorpio or whatever dumb name they came up with.
Yeah.
The PlayStation has the Neo.
They're both
And
bad
an
names.
They are.
And, I wonder what's going to happen when these all come out. Like, they say that they're going to have, like, libraries that don't interfere with each other, or, like, work across both parts of the platform.
I think it's going to work the same way it works on PC. Is just because I have a higher end desktop doesn't mean it impacts your experience playing on a mid-range laptop.
But it does.
It doesn't if you're playing on the lowest settings.
You know what I think might end up actually happening? Is instead of like it being like PC gaming, I think it's going to end up being something like phone generations.
I feel like it's more like phones too.
Like,
but gaming isn't as prevalent on mobile. Like high-end gaming isn't as prevalent. You don't have these graphically intense experiences, so they can work across all devices.
but like the way I'm thinking about it, because like when Apple, for instance, puts out a new iOS or a new version of iOS, like
Right.
it only comes out for like a certain amount of phones going backwards.
Yeah.
So like when a game comes out, it's only going to come out for a few of the generations, and then like the oldest couple generations are going to be left in the dirt, and those people are going to have to upgrade to the newest one.
Yeah,
So
I
maybe
think
it's
it's
gonna
going to work
be
that
like
way.
a mandatory upgrade every like 3 or 4 years, and then they
Pretty
come
much.
out with a new version of the console every year.
Not every 3 or 4 years, I don't think, because
That's-
it's already been it will already be 4 years when Scorpio
Okay,
and Neo come out.
8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do, because I know that Sony has come out and said like specifically that the Neo is supposed to work like in the timeline with the PS4. It's not supposed to shorten the lifespan or anything. So I don't know.
I know with Microsoft, they want to keep their they want to keep their console as a platform. So it doesn't matter if you're on PC or if you're on their console plays Xbox 360 games still. And eventually I think they'll add original Xbox games. I think they don't care what you're on.
You know what I think might
They
happen?
want you to be able to play your back catalog, no matter what.
So a couple years ago, Steam came out with the Steam machines, right?
Mhm.
And they were supposed to be these like affordable little gaming PCs, but it didn't
Right.
really pan out. Nobody owns one.
Yeah.
I think Microsoft just found a way to implement that idea.
Yeah, I wrote an article about that recently. I think the Xbox Play Anywhere program is what the Steam machine should have been.
Because I bet you anything that in a couple years, maybe, like, they'll update the Xbox One to be able to just run Windows.
Oh, absolutely. They're already moving towards that. It already runs some of the apps that are on some of the regular productivity apps that are on the Windows 10 store.
Really?
At some point, I
don't
think
own
they're
an
just
Xbox
going
One,
to. At some point, I think they're just going to introduce compatibility with regular Windows programs.
So in another like 3 years after
It'll
the
just be a
Scorpio comes
PC.
out, what they're gonna do is they're gonna come out with the Xbox Surface.
I think they're just going to call it the Surface Box.
I like that.
Oh my god. Yeah, everything they come out with now has to be branded Surface because everything else Microsoft has a bad ring to it.
I don't know. The Xbox does pretty well. Or at
Yeah,
least did last
The
generation.
Xbox, yeah, it did last generation until it didn't anymore. and now it's in an okay place. It's in second place. It's not the worst. Could be worse. Could be Nintendo. Who's just trying to figure their shit out.
Well, they're definitely doing something, considering they
Yeah.
lost the president and they're going through like corporate shifting, and I think that's why we don't know anything about the NX.
Right.
Because usually we would know something by now.
I
from
think
them.
Nintendo.
Stuff right away.
I really hope with the NX, Nintendo just finally moves on to the present and gives us achievements or something like that, or like at least where I can go onto the store and re-download my old games if I buy a new system.
Wait,
Oh
you
my
can't do
God.
that?
No.
Cannot do that.
I got my 3DS stolen and all of my games are gone. All my digital games.
So you have to buy all of them again?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to. I only bought one game. I don't care anymore. I gave up. I just gave up on Nintendo. If my Wii U dies, I'm done with that too.
Yeah, some of their internet stuff is bad.
It's so bad.
Are they just
They just
stuck
need to
in
fix that.
1990?
Yes.
They are. They are.
No, they're stuck wherever they were when the Wii came out. They haven't upgraded since then.
Yes,
That's
you're
what,
right.
like,
They really
2004?
2005?
2006. 2006. Yeah, ever since 2006, Nintendo has not moved forward. Aside from like the move to kind of HD.
Kind of
kind of.
HD.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Hey, they have an NVIDIA chip, all right, in NX, reportedly.
I'm excited for that. It's a Tegra chip, so it's a mobile chip, but
Still.
it's what the Shield uses, and I think the NX has the possibility to pretty much be a Shield, but with Nintendo games, which I'm totally okay with as long as it goes over better than the Shield did.
And they actually allow you to have like the games you buy on an account rather than a device.
Yeah, which is really cool.
And I did.
Hopefully,
see
it runs
that-
Android.
Oh, it'll be something Android.
It
I
won't.
think so too.
I guarantee you it won't.
I think it will. I honestly do think it will be.
But
I do too.
Because from what I've read, they are very.
For one,
very specific with it.
Nintendo's never used an NVIDIA chip, and
True.
the Tegra is optimized for Android. It's only been used for Android in the past. It's never been used for another operating system.
Android wasn't ubiquitous in 2006, guys.
I think after 10 years, Nintendo needs to finally move on and abandon their old ways.
As much as I think it will be Android, it won't look like Android. It won't look like
It'll-
anything we know.
It would be a revised, altered version of Android. I
Yeah.
think.
You know why I don't think they're going to use Android?
But I don't think they'll have access to the Google Play Store.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have to pay a licensing fee to even use the software.
No, they don't. Android's open source.
Even if people are like manufacturing like,
There's-
devices.
Even if it's open source, yeah, Gabe, it can still have a license that you have to pay for.
I don't think with Android.
Let me see if I can find out about that.
Yeah.
I do not know, but I can tell you that I think they would. I think that
Unless it was actual Google's stock version of Android, I don't think they would have to pay a licensing fee. But yeah, that's definitely something to look into. That's why so many like phone manufacturers like Samsung make their own versions of Android, which everyone hates on, but also they don't have to pay the licensing, or at least they don't have to pay as exorbitant a licensing fee as they would if they use stock Android.
The Android mobile operating system is free for consumers and for manufacturers to install, but manufacturers need a license to install Gmail, Google Maps, and the Google Play Store.
Yeah.
So I guess
So we were both right, in a way.
I guess that they're not like using any like
Google stuff.
Google apps.
Which everyone kind of pretty much like Samsung and HTC and all the bigger phone manufacturers all include those apps. Otherwise, they get shit on for making their own, and no one likes them.
Yes.
True.
LG. God damn it.
Samsung has its own store too with some.
Samsung does it too, and it's terrible. which is
Samsung
the
has
appeal of the
one
Nexus
too?
phones.
Ugh.
Like seriously?
What?
Samsung has its own app store?
Yes, it does.
That's retarded.
I can find it for you right
It
now.
also, oh my god, I haven't had a Samsung phone in a few years, so I don't know if it's still the case, but they had two different virtual assistants. They had Google Now and they had S Voice, which was really confusing for
they
anyone who.
Voice on here?
Does S Voice exist? Because S Voice sucks so bad.
I don't
I hope
know.
not.
Did they call
No,
it
they do.
S?
They still have it.
Did they call it
God.
S Voice because they wanted it to
Why?
seem like it was Siri?
No, it's because Samsung.
Samsung Voice.
I
But when Google Now came out, it was so
It
much better.
Yeah,
Yeah, but why keep including it at that point?
Because then people who did use it would get upset.
Has anyone played the what? How long have we been recording? Is there a time?
Don't know. I want to say it's been about 53 minutes. I don't think we started too much after
Okay.
5.
Cool. Yeah, we'll go on for a few more minutes. Has anyone played the Hitman game?
what the new
the
episodic
new
one?
one? Yeah.
No, I keep meaning to buy it, but I just keep forgetting it exists.
Yeah, I keep
It looks
forgetting
cool,
exists, too.
but I don't know how I feel about
The
it.
last
It's
one was really
episodic.
good. I really liked Absolution, I think it was called.
Yeah,
The one that came
Absolution
out
was
in, like
great.
14. I like that one,
Well,
which is why I wanted to try
the
it.
last one was Hitman Go, the last real Hitman game. We all.
Shut up, dude.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm waiting for? Like, I really want the new Hitman game to just finish putting out all its episodes so I can just buy
I want
all
the
of
last
them.
episode to just be
Hitman Go.
Hitman Go sequel.
I never played Hitman. I don't even know what Hitman Go is. I'm not even gonna lie.
Mobile.
I know
Look
it's
it up.
mobile. I just don't know what the
it's
game
a mobile
is.
game. It's actually really good for a mobile game. It's just not a real Hitman game.
I googled like 50 things in the last hour.
There's Lara Croft Go too.
I
There's
played
3
that
of
one.
them now. That's really good. Hitman Go is the same thing, but with Hitman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically. I like those games. They're pretty good. And then I loved when Pokemon Go came out, and then the team that does those Square Enix Go games tweeted like an animation of Pokemon Go in the visual style of like the Hitman Go games, which is really cool.
Yeah, at least they didn't try to sue them or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool.
Friendly lawsuit among companies is always fun.
Yeah, no one likes
who would
companies
win
after that.
I don't know who would win that.
'Cause I want to say that Square Enix would probably win.
I want to say that it would be a really long trial, and they might just try to settle it out of court.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. And we
I
would never
caught
find out the
Pokemon
results
move.
of it.
Yeah. Because Niantic is like 50.
I don't think you could sue over the word "go."
It depends if they have a sort of copyright on the title or something like that.
Yeah, it was kind of weird when Pokemon Go came out, and then all I could think of was like Lara Croft Go, Hitman Go. I was like, did they make? Is there another? Or at least when it was announced, I was like, is there a Pokemon version of those games coming out? that was my first thought, and then I found out it was an AR game, which is cool too.
It's not really that cool.
It's cool for people who like it. It's not cool for
really
me.
even an AR game.
It's not even a game.
It's
but-
not.
It's just walking.
It's too much work.
It's like a running mate. It's like a running app. You know what I mean? Like one of those ones that
Except you
locks
can't
your
run
runs.
while you play it.
As long as
Yeah.
you're going less than that's true. You have to stop.
Yeah, you do.
Ah.
You have to like look at your screen, so if you're running, you're just
Although,
gonna trip and
that-
fall
You get hit by a
stairs.
car.
That's what the stupid freaking bracelet Pokemon Go thing is supposed to be for. That's not out yet.
Wait, is
It's
that a
supposed-
thing that's coming
Yeah,
out?
I
it's
thought it
supposed
was
to, like. No, it's not out. It was supposed to be out in August. But what it's supposed to be able to interface with the game in a way that you don't need your phone. It'll like blink at you and vibrate, and then you hit a button and it does something.
So, like, it does it for you?
Yeah, supposedly they haven't really
Okay.
specified.
From what I
it
heard,
is.
like you don't need your phone to be open and like alert you if there's a Pokemon near, and then like when you're walking, all your steps count towards hatching eggs.
That sounds like a peripheral for addicts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you wear it out in public, you're gonna get your ass beat.
It's
Not
like
Champlain.
no, it's like if you're an alcoholic and you buy a bracelet that automatically gives you alcohol like every 10 minutes.
That needs to be a thing.
Just injects it straight into your bloodstream.
While you're trying to not drink alcohol, like, get a bracelet that gives it to you anyway.
Oh my god.
Because that's exactly what that is, but for people who play Pokemon Go. Heavy Rain is coming to PS4. Wait, no, that already came out.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's already out. On PS4, you own it?
Yeah.
I should
Haven't
get
played
that
it yet.
again. I had it on PS3 and never finished it, so I should probably get it again. Because I don't have it anymore.
I just need to like be unemployed for like a year so I could catch up on
I
all
feel
the
that.
games I need to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I had started playing some, a little bit of Abduction, which my girlfriend
Is that
is
good?
playing in the background right now. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's really hard though. It's one of those. It's the spiritual successor to like Myst and Riven.
Okay.
So it's super.
So I probably don't have the patience
difficult.
for it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't either. She does. I don't. I tried, and it has no instruction or UI. So,
I need to try this
and
now. That
it's
sounds
a puzzle game.
Oh,
Yeah,
How
I
much does
think
it even cost?
it's $30, but I got it for
Jesus.
free twice actually.
And you didn't give me the second copy.
I was going to give you guys the second copy. One of you guys, I was just gonna offer it in the group chat, and I went on another one of my Steam accounts and just to see if the code was valid first.
and you
then
validated it.
I fucking activated it.
nice, dude.
Great job.
I hate myself for that. I was so mad.
$29.99, but you could buy the soundtrack as well for another $9.99.
The soundtrack's really good.
Is there anything online about this game?
Yeah, it's on Steam. It's
But I
not
mean,
spelled the normal way. Oh, okay.
But I mean, like, is there anything associated?
Oh.
Like, is there any kind of online mode?
No, it's totally
Okay, cool.
offline game. It's just
Alright,
like classic point-and-click adventure games.
Okay.
But it's more you can play it as a classic point-and-click adventure game. It gives you two options, or you can play it like a Firewatch type game, like Walking Simulator.
Walking simulator. Okay.
But it's not a walking simulator. It looks like one, but it's definitely a puzzle game, and it tells you nothing.
You know what this reminds me of? A game that I think was supposed to come out like 7 years ago on PlayStation. The Last Witness or something like that. Witness or something like
The
that.
Witness?
Yeah.
It's out. The Witness
Yeah,
is
it is.
out.
When did that come
Yeah.
out?
Like beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, this is kind of like that, but immensely harder, because
Cool.
it tells you absolutely nothing, and has no UI. It's
And it
just
looks all gritty.
And the
and
witness
stuff.
only tells you almost nothing.
the
Almost
Witness
nothing.
almost, but this tells you nothing.
All right. Cool.
So this is a harder version of that. And there's a really cool story. It's about alien abduction, and
Yeah,
it's all
this-
told
Really?
through audio
A game
clips.
called Abduction is about alien abduction?
Yeah, and it's spelled wrong. It's spelled incorrectly. It starts with an
I
O.
don't know how to spell, dude.
I don't know what the point of the naming scheme was, but I
Well,
played for like 2 hours and I achieved almost nothing, so it was great.
I'm watching the trailer now.
It's
and
very
it looks
pretty.
Like they're highlighting the O's and a lot of words, so that might be why.
Okay, so there's probably a thing that
And the
has to do
logo
with
is a
those.
circle. I don't know.
Yeah. Are either of you getting any VR headset like PlayStation VR or anything?
I was
For
going
the
to
whole
get PSVR.
I'm probably
Okay.
not.
Evil.
I don't
But-
think I am.
Against it.
I thought I was going to get an Oculus Rift, or not an Oculus Rift, an HTC Vive at one point. Don't think I'm going to anymore, mostly because I don't want to waste $800.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I would play it that much. I don't think I would use it that much.
Do you know what they really needed to have? They really needed to have a headset that looked like it was in 1080p. and then they could sell it for $1,000, and I would be more likely to buy that than the PSVR because they all look so bad.
They look so bad. Yes. Most people I talk to do not agree with that statement. They don't understand what I'm talking about, and
I haven't used one.
they don't look as good as looking at a monitor. They don't look nearly as good.
It's not as crisp. It's not as clean.
So-
Yeah. I would rather just play on a TV.
Here's another question. Do you guys think that it's a gimmick and it's going to die off?
No.
It's not a gimmick. I can't tell you how well it's going to work here, though.
I don't. Who has one? Like, who's buying these? Because they're out now.
People who have disposable income?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive are out, and people are like, VR is the future, but, you know, where are the sales numbers? Because we're not seeing where that many people are buying into it yet. It's not. The thing is, people are like, some people are saying it's like the next Wii, like this quick fad that like is really popular for a hot second and then dies off, or maybe it could be like a more long-term version of that. But it's not, because even the Wii hit hard when it first came out.
So
And
it
this
looks like
isn't that.
I just googled it, and this might not be accurate because it's a website I've never heard of, but it's saying that the HTC Vive headset is nearing a 100,000 install base.
That's not that.
It's
Not
terrible.
impressive.
That's
Yeah.
not very impressive. And I would totally 120,000. That seems about right for what I would expect, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's $800 headset. It has a big setup space.
And it
have for it.
requires a high-end computer.
Also true.
It requires a VR-ready graphics card.
Like, I honestly believe that the PlayStation VR is probably the best.
That's
bang
the
for your
best
buck.
bet, but I still don't see that taking off, because even then, that's the same price as your console.
Yeah, it's
That's
rough.
actually more expensive than the console now.
It's rough.
And you need the console to use it. Yeah. I think the most promising headsets are the ones. There are a few headsets out there that are smaller names that don't require a computer or a console at all. They have all of that built into them. I think those are most promising. There was one I saw at GDC earlier this year. I don't remember what it was called, but it runs full Windows 10, and it's just the headset. Doesn't require any external. It doesn't require anything else to use it. Of course, it doesn't have that great of graphics power, but in the future, I could see something like that taking off.
That would be the best.
Yeah, and
Something
HoloLens
with
is
no
the same way,
wires.
because it has a 24-core processor in it, and it requires no external computing unit. But also HoloLens is $3,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Like,
and I don't see it reaching consumers.
I don't mind the required tethering to something like
I don't either,
gaming.
but I don't see it selling.
No, it's
It's too
My-
confusing.
my biggest thing about having the VR headset was gonna be like, if I'm plugged in and I can't get up without taking this headset off of me physically and then putting it back
Yeah.
on every single time I want to
What if you want to eat a sandwich while you're,
You have
like
to keep
something?
your headset on for that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
That
the
sucks.
headsets have a pass-through camera, so you can see in front of you.
Yeah, the Vive does.
But like, that's not super beneficial if you can't get up and go into a different room with it at the same time.
And also, like, you know what else does that?
I wanna
Where
be in virtual reality.
you can still see your environment when you don't wear a headset and you don't play VR. You know, like,
Yeah.
like, why even use a headset at that point if you need a camera pass through to see around you? If that needs to exist as
Yeah, I don't-
functionality, is VR even worth it? Couldn't you just use a curved monitor and get a somewhat similar immersive experience?
I have a cheaper option. Just take acid.
True. And
they'd
I don't know. It's rough. I don't think it's not taken off so far. So we'll see when PSVR comes out.
I think I think that's the only one that can be successful in this market right now. I think honestly.
I
It needs
think
to be
that
cheaper.
the PSVR is going to come out, and it's going to dominate sales of the Vive and the Oculus.
Yeah, but that still doesn't
Because
mean much.
No, that's true.
Because unlike the Oculus and the Vive, it actually has like IPs, like
Oh,
popular IPs behind it. Like,
Yeah,
it
that's the thing.
it has Batman. It has
I was looking through the games that are coming
Star
out this year,
Wars.
and there are a bunch of PlayStation VR games too, and that's what I was thinking about. What is PlayStation VR Worlds? Isn't that the one with
Probably
all the
something.
weird characters?
Probably some kind of
it's
shovelware.
not that. They just it's something
That's
that
the one
they
with,
just
like-
announced recently, I think.
Huh.
I saw a quick GameSpot thing about it, but I didn't look into it.
Oh, yeah, it's like mini games, so it is shovelware.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be good, but who knows? It's mini games.
I mean,
It probably won't be.
PlayStation,
Yeah.
The PlayStation Move sports game was freaking amazing.
PlayStation Move sports game. Yeah, but who had PlayStation Move? I mean, you probably did because you mentioned that. But most people I know did not buy PlayStation Move.
Honestly, though, those Move controllers, those were good.
The
Those
blue
were some-
dildos.
Yes, they.
I was going to say.
Say whatever you want. They worked, and they worked good.
Didn't the
Drive Club
PlayStation
VR?
Move actually sell pretty well?
I think it did. I think it sold decently. They had like a
Yeah.
Killzone gun for it at one point. It did okay, but Sony likes to not support things after a little
Yeah.
bit of time.
And that's kind of like that's also what I'm kind of worried about with PSVR,
Hmm
because it's gonna come out and it might not do quite as well as they were hoping, and it's just gonna be
They just tank it.
The
Yeah.
one thing that could sell me on VR is that game 100-Foot Robot Golf.
Oh my god!
That
Dude,
game
that
looks
and
hilarious.
Riggs. Have you seen Riggs too? That looks good too.
No, I haven't seen Riggs.
That's a PlayStation VR one.
I went to there's a VR arcade that just opened up near where I live.
I
and
saw you posting about that. I'm really jelly.
yeah, I played Job Simulator for like an hour.
Dude.
And that was a lot of fun until it gave me a headache.
just like a real job.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Riggs VR. I've not
Riggs is
heard
made
of
by
it.
Guerrilla Games. What?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I might have heard about this.
Yeah, it's like action
Riggs
sports
Combat
robots.
That's pretty cool. That's like it could be the VR equivalent of Rocket League.
Yeah, it could if it gets popular, but the thing is, you have to
It's
have
hard
a
to get
headset.
popular when you when you're exclusive to PlayStation VR.
Oh, but it looks so fun. I can't help it.
I think like a game like Rocket League in VR would just make me vomit.
That would be terrible.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Riggs
Yeah.
is definitely a lot slower movement than Rocket League, which is how games have to be right now. Yeah.
VR.
But it's just like a giant battle arena looking thing. It just looks good. I don't know.
The game I'm most excited about is Drive Club VR. Remember Drive Club?
Dude, Drive Club was such a failure.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
Wasn't
my
it-
god.
Like, didn't they try to like give part of it away on PlayStation Plus?
By part, you mean 2 cars of every kind, and that's it.
Months
Yeah.
later.
And then
months
like
later than it was supposed to be.
Mhm.
If not, it was over a year later actually.
It was a long
because
time.
it was supposed to come out at launch
Yep,
for free for PlayStation Plus users.
it was.
Remember how Sony doesn't lie? And they always deliver on their promises.
Oh man.
I bought a PlayStation 4 at launch, expecting to be able to play that game at launch.
It wasn't even good. Do you
Well,
want
yeah.
a good? Do you want a good online-based racing game? Is The Crew?
No.
honestly,
It's
right
called
now?
Forza Horizon.
Okay, that's true. Still. The Crew is coming out with some more expansions upcoming now too. Some police
I
versus.
thought the crew was shitty.
No, it's not even bad. See, that's the thing. I thought it was shitty too. I thought it was
Yeah.
really, really shitty.
until you didn't think it was shitty.
I got it in the Humble Bundle, right? I
Right.
got it for like $15 with a bunch
Oh,
of
so you
other
got it on
stuff that I
PC?
wanted. Yeah, I have it on PC.
Is it like does it work well on PC?
I had
It's a
problems.
Ubisoft game, so
I had problems with it. Okay, I had problems with it, and then like a couple of weeks later, new graphics driver came out, and when I got the new driver, it worked flawlessly. So it had some
Okay.
weird driver incompatibility.
right.
But other than that, it runs well. It looks okay in 1080. It's a little too sharp for 1080 in my opinion, but it plays nice. The racing is a little bit weird for me. It's not like Project Cars that I played a lot.
Right.
So is it like super arcadey then?
It's in between. It's weird. It's weird to explain, but it has like your full out story where you have like this whole street racing gang thing, and there's something to drive you to push on in the game, and you can also see other people in live time like driving around doing stuff in the open world.
Right.
It's real freaking weird.
That sounds really freaking weird.
But it was I was excited for Drive Club, and then I played the crew and was happy with it. So
I'm just gonna keep playing my Forza.
yeah, no, you're good with Forza.
Yeah.
I will definitely be looking at that when it comes out because I need more racing games. It's been a long time.
That series is dope, and if you get it on, it doesn't matter what you get it on. If you get it, let me know because I want to play with people.
Will do.
I don't own a single racing game.
Damn, son.
No, wait, I think
the best racing game, Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed.
Everybody's Supersonic Racing, guys. Come on.
I love that I own every Sonic game that's available on Steam because of that Humble Bundle.
Oh my god.
For $15, I bought all of them.
Have you played all of them yet?
No.
Never will.
No, I've only been playing Generations since I got that.
Dude, that's such a good game though.
Which is the good one.
It is one of the best Sonic games.
It's way better than I tried playing, like actually playing Adventure 2 after this petition. That game is not good.
Dude, I love that game.
It's so rough.
Wait, though, I actually really like that game. I'm not even gonna lie.
Have you played it recently though?
The last time I played it
or
was
when you were a
probably,
kid?
It was probably when I was in high school was the last time I played it.
It's really rough. It has not aged well.
And like the thing about it at this point, because I played it at a time where I can remember the levels well, is that I know what to do in every single fucking level. And there are some parts of the game I remember from when I first tried to play it that if you didn't know what you were doing exactly, you would fuck it up, and it would fuck up the game, and it would be bad.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it, but also it's not a very good game. So at the same time,
the story though, the story was so good, Gabe.
It's a Sonic game. I don't care about the story.
No. When I was playing this, when I was a small child, when I didn't know about video game stories,
it's not nearly as fast as Generations.
It's not nearly as fast as any Sonic game. Are you kidding me?
I think the last Sonic game I played was like on the Genesis.
Well, it's way faster than Lost World.
Okay, that's very true. But it's not it wasn't very stereotypical of a Sonic game. It was weird as fuck.
Yeah.
But my favorite part
Great music.
Yeah, no, great music. My favorite part about the game, I think, was they had the two stories. They had the good people and the bad people story, right?
Yeah.
And then if you beat both of them, you unlock like super secret ending, and there's a third story arc that goes on after the two stories.
Wait, were you the one who was in my Twitch chat talking to me about when I was playing Shadow the Hedgehog and telling me about all the different endings? Because that was really sad.
Dude, the ending... there's like 24 or something different endings, and they all have like a good and a bad, because there's this 3 routes that you can take for every single like mission, and there's like a huge tree of missions, so you can go through...
Shadow the Hedgehog, right.
Dude, you can go through the game in like hundreds of different combinations, but you always end up with like the same 24 endings.
Alex, I just got one thing to say, alright?
Yeah.
The only reason I know about this is because I had the game guide for it. Like when I got the game, my parents always got me like the books for the game,
right.
And then there was like a giant tree, and there was like there's over like so many different combinations of how you get to the end of the game.
I love that they put that much effort into it, and it still turned out how it did.
I mean, dude, don't they have like some sort of PvP multiplayer in that game too?
Do they?
I haven't played it, but yeah, they do.
No, that was the thing. That was a letdown. Like, if the rest of the game was bad, but the multiplayer versus was something that I could play, then it would have been fine. Like Sonic Adventure 2, their multiplayer was ridiculously fun.
I put so much time into the Sonic 06 multiplayer. I'm not even gonna lie. It's actually really fun. And when people used to when I was younger and people used to shit on Sonic 06, I had no idea what they were talking about because I only played the multiplayer. Because that was actually a fun part of the game.
I didn't even know Sonic games had multiplayer.
It's only local multiplayer, and it's like racing.
Oh, okay.
But they're like custom levels. They're not even in the single player.
Oh my
it's
god, wait.
not horrible.
Have you played Sonic Adventure 2 multiplayer before?
I have briefly on the Dreamcast.
Okay, it looks similar to that then.
It is kind of similar to that,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, but except
It's
the
not
levels
bad.
are way more intense because it had more capabilities.
Yeah.
Oh, find the Chaos Emerald. I know how to do that. Wait.
It's not bad.
It's
It's not the
Knuckles.
worst.
This
It's not
is
as
a real
bad
Sonic
as the Sonic 06 single player, which is terrible.
game. It's very weird. Sonic is weird, man.
They're hit and miss for sure.
And like, alright, I'm skipping through a video of the Sonic 06 multiplayer, and I just went to a part where the level said find the Chaos Emerald, and I
Yeah.
thought of Sonic Adventure 2, where the Chaos Emerald levels where you play as Knuckles or Rouge the Bat, and this is
Right.
just Sonic and Shadow going through this weird 3D platforming level that's not completely speed based, and I don't understand why anyone would ever make this.
I don't know
looks-
either. It was fun though. It was fun to play with a friend.
Yeah, I watched the first part was like a speed level, but I don't think you can't make a Sonic game that features Sonic and not have it do speed parts with Sonic.
Right. And
Sonic is only built for speed.
yeah, tell that to whoever made Lost World.
What is Lost World?
It was just
You fight dinosaurs or something?
It was a Mario Galaxy knockoff.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
looking this
man.
shit up.
I played Colors. That was fun.
Colors I heard was I played some of it. I played all of the DS one, but that was totally different than the Wii.
Yeah, it was.
I
It
played
was.
some of the Wii one.
It was decent.
I've played almost all of the handheld ones because I think those are genuinely good.
Oh, like the one that BioWare made.
Not that one. I mean the platforming ones. But yeah, that one looks good. That one looks
Dude,
okay.
Dude, I played that game whenever it came
Yeah.
out. I had the game as a child, and
Yeah.
I didn't realize how rare that would be because it's a good Sonic game. I did not realize the magnitude of the game I was playing at that point.
Yeah. It was a BioWare Sonic game. What a
And it was
weird
real
combination.
good. Real good.
I hear good things about that one.
Dude, it's like one of the few games I beat completely as a child, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been almost an hour and a half, so we should probably wrap up.
Alrighty.
But we should definitely do this next week. And until then, thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far into our Sonic discussion from our fall 2016 in gaming, it'll probably end
I don't
this
even
week,
know how we
this
got
way every week.
Every
And eventually,
time,
I'm just
Sonic.
going to start playing Sonic games, so I understand the references.
You got to play
Dude.
bits.
I'll share my Steam library with you
Okay.
because they're almost all Sonic games. So thanks for listening, everyone, and thank you guys for joining me. All right.